There we go. Sorry about that. Is this working? Let me see. How does this work? All right, start here. Refresh. There we go. It's going on. I am sorry, gentlemen. Long time no see. This is basically a test stream, but what I want to do first is actually go over some air raid stuff. So let's just jump right in it. And if this is messed up, I apologize. Sorry for being late. Got an entire new computer. I upgraded to the new Mac Mini, and it ruined all my settings. So I'm going by piece to try to get this right. So if it doesn't sound good, please let me know in chat. Hey, Ron, get better. But all that said, I am going to move my face. So I want to talk about the air raid quick game. And to me, the air raid is kind of broken up into two components when we're talking about quarterback reads. And this is how I taught my players. You've got quick game and run game, which is I'm just keying one person, then I'm going to a quick progression. And then you have the progression side, which is the mesh, the four verts, the Y cross, sail, all of that stuff. So today I would just want to go over stick and corner and flat out. And then next time I'm live, whenever that is, I will do the drop back. So first things first, I'm in cut because, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't like cut. I have to do cut though because I'm sick of the stadium pulse. And I can't hot route anything, and that just drives me up the flipping wall. So I've played cut. I have spent maybe $50 on this. This is mostly no money spent, and I'm going over to Playbooks. I do run Virginia Tech just because of their 5-wide. I am a 5-wide merchant, but I've got to change out to the air raid book. And then we'll get going on. So let me see. Let me look at chat real quick. I'm sorry, guys. Pop out chat. There we go. Eastside, what's going on, buddy? Eric, how are you doing? Jordan, thank you for joining the Touchdown Lab. I appreciate it. I did not know that it went from 300 to 421. That is some good stuff, man. Let's check it out together because I haven't checked it out. So now we will go to practice and check it out. Jordan, glad to see you back. I'm glad to be back, man. Sorry, life got in the way, work. I wasn't really enjoying 25. And then also my son has got me playing Fortnite because he likes Fortnite, so we're playing with him. So, all right. This is the air raid playbook. You can't run it in Road to College Football. You can only run it either in Dynasty or in Cut. So if you're wondering about that, that's what it is. But what I want to talk about is quick pass. Do they not have it in quick pass? There we go. Stick. Now stick is one of my favorite, and we'll just do 618. That's what it is in the air raid. It is stick though, but it's one of my favorite things. Plays of all time, and we will just go straight up cover 3. Now, why I like this pass is we are just going to read one person. I'll talk about the backside, the double slants. You can do a lot of different things backside. Right now, I want to keep it front side. And the great thing about stick and about corner is you are going to read the same guy, which is whoever is head up to inside the guy running the stick concept. So right here, Burnett, we're reading him. And what I tell everybody is if he stays inside, you go outside. If he goes outside, you stay inside. Meaning I'm just going to snap and let's see what he does. He stays outside, so I would throw it inside. We're just going to look at this. So once again, he goes out, I go in. Usually, I'm only got one hand. You want to possession catch it. Get down. Now, here's the thing. Quick game is just the air raids version of the run. You know how you, on the run, power I, whatever, the wing T, anything like that, you were just throwing buck sweep, tosses, ISOs, and if you get 4 yards, 3 yards, great. Live to play another down. That's the same concept when it comes to the quick game. So once again, reading the guy over the X. If he stays inside, I throw outside. If he goes outside, I throw inside. You could easily get it if you think it is over leveraged. All you want is 3 to 4 yards every play. Let's talk about backside though, because backside I think is when you can play some of the games. You can do a couple of different things. You can leave it stock, double slant, and if they look like they're going to bring the blitz with whoever is inside of Anderson, you would throw it to square. If you think the inside linebacker is blitzing, you can throw it to triangle. What I like to do on backsides of stuff is I like to whip and then do a dig and stem it up a little bit, because then we can play the backside game if we need to. If we don't like what's going on the front side, we can play it on the backside. And I do this same thing with both stick and corner because I want to keep things consistent. So let's say I don't have anything backside, well then I can, or front side, I can kind of go backside if I need to. And if you can keep things the same on the backside, then your quick game will be very simple. So let's see this now against cover 2. That was against cover 3. Let's just do 2 by 2, and then let's go cover 2. Now we got cover 2. You still are going to do the same thing. You are going to read the guy that's head up to slightly inside of X. What does he do? Does he sit on the hitch? Does he sit on the stick? Then I'm going to throw the flat. Does he go to the flat? Then I'm going to throw the stick. If you think that you can get a high-low on that corner for a hole shot, you can go ahead and do that when you have too high. Notice how the safety's right there. There's 2 safeties on the hash. That's too high. That's how you read that. Jalen, the boy is back. Okay, welcome back. Joe, thank you so much. Yes, I'm slowly getting back into this. Playing cut. Don't like cut because I'm going up against, although I have won 2 national championships, no money spent, or low money spent. I've spent about $60, 60 to 90 somewhere getting cards. Didn't get anything. I hate that method, but I hate Stadium Pulse worse. I don't know how you boys are doing it with the Stadium Pulse and playing online and everything like that. I hate it. But again, if you have too high and you think you can hit that hole shot, you can go ahead and pass lead it outside and hit the hole shot. All right, 1 second. My dog is going crazy in here. But if you don't want to take that risk because he will jam him inside and it could be a little scary, just read the guy over X. What does he do? He stays in, I go out. And then you can get yardage. Remember, the quick game, you're not going for the long, deep balls. That's what she said. You're going for the quick throws that give you anywhere between 3 to 5 yards. And then if you break a tackle, that's where you get most of your yardage at. You have to remember, Sean, I appreciate it, man. Welcome back. Thank you so much. You have to remember that the air raid is not about throwing the ball deep every single play. It's about controlled passes to really fast guys so that they can make people miss. And then once again, I really like this combination backside. You got a zig route to the outside, a smart routed in route, just in case things aren't there. You can take advantage of that. Not like that, though. But usually they will pull that. And then also, it can be a man beater. If you call this play 2 by 2 and they go straight man, you can have that whip and you have that return. I like to keep things consistent on the backside. But once again, going front side, what does he do? He sits, I throw, and then hopefully you make a guy miss. Or if it's too high and you've run this offense so much, you can try to take a hole shot right after he presses, put it right in that little area between the corner and the safety. So that is the if. And this is the beautiful thing about the air raid, and a lot of well-done offenses have this if-then structure. Meaning, if they stop this play, then I call something else. And that is the corner concept. Also, you would call corner if your best guy is on the outside. What are they calling it here? Scat? I don't like that. Slant? Nope. Let's just go into formations. Ace. Where is corner at? They don't have corner? There we go. 8. And we will go up against cover 3. So again, if they stop stick, then I call corner if we're staying in the quick game family. Another thing is if your best receiver is on the outside and you still want to get him the ball, then you would call this. And the beautiful thing is nothing changes about your read. You are still reading the guy that's head up to slightly inside who was originally running the stick route. So remember, Burnett was running the stick route previously. Now he's running a corner. I'm still reading that guy that's head up to outside. Let's see. Joe, I like the comeback, zig, route, backside, so at least I have a deep option. I like that. That's not bad. You can do this right here. Not that. That's not a bad concept. Or I like using the comeback when I know it's zone, but when I know it's man-to-man, sometimes I like a stemmed up curl route because it'll turn, the corner will bail and keep bailing the further you extend that curl route, so it's an easier throw. Make sure, I don't know, Joe, what your pass settings are, but I use placement and accuracy. Make sure to point it down so you can kind of get that run back, which I love, by the way. I freaking love that we can run curls and the curling wide receiver actually comes to the ball. That is a thing of beauty. But when you're running it, make sure you pass lead it down and then possession catch. Because I've had a lot of people knock the ball out when I don't possession catch. But going back to this play right here, let's just read that guy. What does he do? He sits. I've got leverage. I can throw it. And again, this is not a home run ball. We are not looking for beaters over and over again. Again, he goes, I throw it, and then you can get a block if you have something like that. You want to read that guy. The quick game and the run game, this is the beautiful thing about the air raid, you're only keying one guy. So in the run game, it's either an end or a linebacker. And the air raid is either a linebacker or a nickel or a rolled up safety. You're still only keying one person, and it keeps things consistent for the quarterback, a.k.a. you. Because I've said it once, I've said it again. I think every football coach should be playing either Madden or NCAA football and go try to run his offense as succinctly as possible so he can see how difficult it is for a quarterback just mentally making the right progressions. So reading the guy over the X, what does he do? He goes out, I throw in, and then I get yardage. Now that's against cover 3. Against cover, here's the good thing. Let's say you run against man. If it's against man-to-man, then you might want to take into account, let me find it. Again, if it's man, you could alert the corner. Where'd it go? Where's 8? I had it. Help me out, guys. Oh, there it is. Against man-to-man, so let's go one high. Or straight. You could throw the corner out. So if you see it's one high, and they look like it's man across the board, and how I tell is, look at their helmets. They're staring straight at their receivers. You could possibly get a corner throw. And that keeps them honest, because I promise you, if you start dotting people up left and right over and over and over again in this, their initial response after that is going to man you up and bring the funk. And if that's the case, you have that corner, or you can run this version on the backside like Joey does, and you ag down, and then you got a curl route back there if it's man. I promise you, curls stemmed up and speed outs stemmed up really work wonders when it comes to man-to-man in this game. So we're going this way. Yeah, it's an interception. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But once again, you've got that. You got the corner route, man-to-man. That's nice. So that is stick, and that is corner. FYI, corner is listed under medium pass spot concept. Thank you, Jordan. I did not know that. Why would they do that? How can you have the air raid playbook and then consider corner a medium concept? Where is it at? Is it smash? What'd you say? Corner spot. Ugh, that's nasty. That's disgusting. I hate that. Although one of my favorite plays is actually, where is it at? I love F push 8 right here. Let's go up against cover 3 sky. This right here, and this is a real thing. This was Mike Leach's favorite play, or one of his favorite plays in the red zone, because it guaranteed you straight man. And I don't know if y'all know this, but in this game with the auto motions, if they're going man, especially with a running back out of the backfield, it like messes it up. So if this linebacker, whoever is manning me up, the guy that has the fire and the M, if he's manned up on there and then I auto motion him out, he will just randomly not have that guy anymore. But anyways, with this, let's see, what is the read order on ace tight H move 92? J Hurl, I'll go over that. Okay, in a minute. But right here, nothing changes. I'm still reading the guy that's head up to slightly inside Burnett. If he sits, I throw out. If he goes out, I throw a corner route. I mean the spot route. He goes there. Look, right there. You opened up space. You get it there. So on the red line, on the red zone, when you're going in there or the gold line, this is a very nice play to run because you know you're going to get some kind of man down there. So you got it. And just remember, if then stick, they stop stick, you go to corner. I will talk about some tags and stuff like that later, but let's look at what Jay Hurl wants. Ed the Gamer, this is the first time I ever caught you live. Thank you. I want to go live. I always have ambitions of going live in the morning for like an hour or two, but then life gets in the way. This is a hobby. This isn't my job. Thank God. So sorry about that. All right, now let's go to mesh. Ace tight. Let's see. How am I tired in practice? I feel like AI saying that. Practice? All right, and you have mesh. Now, I've been doing mesh a little bit different. Is that the only mesh they have is mesh spot? 92H. Where's that at, J Hurl? Because I am not seeing it. Let's go to concept, medium pass. Let's go to mesh, and I'll look for the move. Okay. Right here. And let's just go sky. What I would like to do on this is all... See, I want an out route. But if you're doing this, you can treat it kind of like... what is it? Shallow cross. Okay? So that's how I would treat it. So I'm going drag to dig, and then if I can't find anything, I'm going to go to the flat. So I'm dropping back. Nope. Right away. Just see it. I know this sounds weird, but what you kind of want to do is you just want to read the middle of the field on this. I honestly do not like this play. You can even mess it up even more by putting a guy out there. What you want to do when you're doing this, you're trying to hit it up in the middle of the field. So try to flood the outsides to spread the defense. Because right now, everything is all in the way. So I'm just looking over the middle. It's right there. Immediately get upfield. Welcome back, Coach. The citizens have needed you. Connor, what's up, man? I appreciate it. Ed the Gamer. It's a cool hobby. I get to learn football and not just these one touchdown money plays people put out. I agree. I'm going to be honest, guys. I've won 2 national championships in cut, low money spent, sitting in 5 wide. I will give a shout out. Steve, I don't know if you watch him. Please look him up. Seeve. He runs a 5 wide, and when he broke it down, it was like the air raid philosophy and then how Madden actually, or NCAA actually works formed together in my mind, and I love this game now. I honestly think if they would tune, I've played a couple of games. I haven't really noticed anything with the patch update, but if they would tune the drop picks, because please excuse me, let me get on my soapbox, okay? So last year's game, I, for lack of a better word, bitched about how EA swapped up the zone read. So for 14 years or however many long years, I'm just talking about the games I've played, it was one way. If I want to hand the ball off, I press X, whatever. I can't, I've gotten used to it now, but I'm so confused when I first started on 25 with the zone read. They messed that up. They've also conditioned us to the moment someone throws the ball, you immediately click on, and if you're in the area of the receiver, you press triangle or you press whatever it is on Xbox, and then you get the pick. Okay? That's not like it is now. They want us to swat the ball, so now I have to retrain myself on clicking on and swatting, and I still haven't gotten that, and it makes me mad. It's like for the past 2 years, they take what we've known and we have muscle memory, and then they were like, hey guys, you remember that muscle memory on this thing? Well, haha, screw you. It's this way now, and that really pisses me off. So that is my rant. All right, Jordan, would it not be a good idea to change that dig route for a corner? Then you could have you could. I like speed outs. And Mike Leach actually runs okay, hold on. The way it's drawn up here is not exactly how it is Mike Leach likes to run it. So let me just find a standard 2x2. Where is a standard 2x2? I'll just go into formations. Let's go. I don't like that. Ace tight. Let me just get this. Do we have mesh in here? What he likes is 2 speed outs on the outside. And then the meshing. Let's just go ace. I'm looking for it. If y'all know where just straight up mesh is 2x2, let me know, because the first thing I did, there we go. All right, right here. Ace 92, and how Leach likes to run it, and if you could run it like this as well, is out routes. So how he would do it, this is how he would do it. And I'm going to show you my little twist on it with the meshers, because first, let's see if they actually mesh. Did they change that up? He should be sitting. See, I don't like how they mesh up right in front of the guy on zone. That's not how it should go. Let me show you where he should be going. So do this. Do we have instant replay? Instant replay. All right. So you see how this guy is sitting right in front of that that linebacker? No. He should be running. This is the grass area between these guys. Okay? They still have not gotten the reads done correctly. He should be settling up in this grass right here. And this guy, he has an option. If he thinks this guy is going to run out here and cover this grass area, then he can settle up right over the ball. If he is going to sit right on this hash, or he's going to stay close, then he keeps running. That's what he should do. But EA hasn't coded that yet. So there's a workaround that I like to do, and I do this with everything, is just turn them into smart down in routes. And it almost works the same as a mesh. You just have to know that they're not going to settle up. So blue collar, I'm not even going to try to say that last name or that last part, blue, because I am a Southern bumpkin and I can't pronounce anything right. Do you ever run the football when I scramble? If I'm being honest, if I scramble. When I play in my 5-wide system that I've kind of morphed to, again, taking it from Steve, is I will do quarterback runs on 4th and short, sometimes if the box is light, but most of the time, no. I'm airing it out. I've gone games where I haven't run the ball at all. And I know everyone says that this game is great. I have never been a good runner when it comes to the video games. My thumbs don't work like that. I have old man thumbs. and they don't work. I watch TikToks and people are juking. I watch the pros. They're juking, they're spinning, they're making it look phenomenal. Can't do it. But what I can do is scheme something up and then hopefully make one person miss with the overwhelming, overpowered stiff arm. So what you want to do is speed outs at about 10 yards. You pick which one you want to work. So if you think your best player is circle, go with circle if you think you can get it. If it's square, go with that. And then whatever side of the field you start on, then you work opposite. So let's say, for instance, I start with circle. I would go circle to R1 to triangle. And then what I do here is just shorten down smart routes with the ends like that. It gives the mesh. It works. You can actually see it by the play art. X is the Y in this. He is setting it on top. The triangle comes underneath, just like mesh. They mess up. It is great. Joe, running is very hard in college football 26. EA says they fixed targeting and double teams in the update, but we'll see. I haven't seen it. Now, I just played a game with a guy that had... How do y'all play cut when you're going up against everybody that is just buying every fucking card that comes out? I was going up against a God squad. I made one mistake. It really wasn't a mistake. It was a speed out that he had that 90 overall card. He was playing man-to-man. And I know EA says no eyes, no pick. That's not it. That man just spun around and picked off my speed out, and I lost by 1 touchdown. So, but I still threw for 600 yards almost. It was nice. It was fun. Anyways, I digress. This is how I would run mesh. Anytime you want to run mesh, hot route the meshing guys into shortened down, stemmed in routes, and it'll work every time. 6. Wait, is this the first live stream? Because I've been looking for you. It is of this year. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. I want to start slowly streaming more. I really like this game. I think I have a touch of the tism because the only thing I can play is football. So please forgive me. I know Madden drops tomorrow. I will stream that. I'm not really a good Madden player. In NCAA, going to be honest, I win more than I lose. So we'll do that. Coach Mackey, glad to see you making air raid content again. Thank you, Nate. My plan also is to go over the air raid, do that. Then I've dabbled a little bit in the veer and shoot, and then all of that, and then taking y'all's requests because I do like doing this. Joe, I only play Dynasty or Road to College Football. Last year, I played Road to College Football so much because it didn't have the Stadium Pulse. The Stadium Pulse is the worst thing ever invented in football. Again. So the concept, love the concept. I am the away team. I'm at Alabama, Georgia. It is very difficult to hear because all those drunken college kids are going crazy. Understand that. But there's signals, right? I have to signal to my players, hand signals. Mike Leach did nothing but hand signals. For Stick, he had like 4 or 5 different signals he could do. Everybody knew it. So what in the world? And then on the flip side, if it's so difficult for me on offense that it's so loud that my players can't hear and we can't adjust, fine. Why the hell is it not the same for the defense when they're on there, the home team defense? He shouldn't be able to set up his monster mid blitz with zones underneath and all this stuff. He should be having the same issue I'm having, but yet the defensive players, are immune to it. I can't stand that. So that's why I went to cut. Because 1, I can run any playbook I want, and 2, I don't have to deal with that stupid-ass Stadium Pulse. I hate it. I hate it. Ran over. Let's see. I don't play cut. Ed, yeah. I stopped playing cut because of that. Because of the Drayvon, because of all the cards. It is insane. Like, a card will literally get dropped at 11 a.m. At 11:01, all these teams I'm playing have that card. It's like, what the hell? First off, I don't even know what pack to get. Like, there's so many packs. Which one do I buy? And then they're so expensive. And then I don't even have the chance of getting the card I want. I got to hope. I hate it. I hate it. GK'd. I loved Buck Sweep before the update, but now it's absolutely dirty. Also, linemen do a way better job of doubling and climbing to the linebacker, and it makes for way less linebackers just shoot. So you can tell a difference in the update. I don't run that much, so I couldn't tell a difference at all. But if so, good. Good. Ag Engineer, I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the TD Lab, dude. Thank you very much. Do you have an air raid playbook in college 26 you recommend? Someone in chat, let me know. I don't know this. In Dynasty, can you select the generic air raid? If you're able to play the generic air raid playbook, that is the one that last year they created as a homage to Mike Leach, and they kept it in. It's as close to the pure air raid as you can get. So I'll try that. Can you go over 617 for the quick game, please? You got it, Jordan. I'll do this right after this. Nate, I've been destroying my slider-based Heisman Online Dynasty with the veer and shoot, using a lot of your teachings about good. Okay, Nate, I got a question for you. I haven't played that much with the veer and shoot because I really got pissed off with the stadium pulse. And so I went to cut, found the 5 wide, and just been dotting people up. But have you found, is it the same as last year, or is there some tweaks? Dre, preach, Coach. I appreciate it. Ed, in one of your older videos, you mentioned that the veer and shoot is easier than the air raid. Is you that? Yeah, I do think the veer. If I was to start, let's say from base knowledge, I know nothing about football. I know I love football video games, but I know nothing about football, and I want to learn strategy and spacing and numbers and all that. I would go the veer and shoot because it's very simple. With the long, wide splits, you can easily see, okay, do I have numbers in the box? Do I have numbers to throw the ball? Who is the weakest? It's very simple, and it makes things easier for you starting out. The air raid then comes in, and also the veer and shoot. It's really just, hey, I'm going to read this one guy. I'm either going to read a safety, or I'm going to read a linebacker, or I'm going to read a defensive end, and everything is based off of that. There's really not a progression-based passing system in the veer and shoot. The last time I checked. Could change. I'm not the expert, but, with my understanding of it, it's not that much. Or if it is, it's just a couple of passing concepts. With the air raid, it is a little bit more difficult because you have to rep the same plays over and over again. Progression based 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over and over again. So it is a little bit difficult for that. I will say if I had to choose, I would go the veer and shoot just because the more people you bring into the box, the more people the defense can bring in the box. And then the more defenders in the box, then they can get cute. They can do their stunts, they can do their blitzes, they can drop everybody. It's harder to read, and it's a lot of confusion. That's what I want to. That's just my take. All right. Also in Dynasty now, you can turn off Stadium Pulse if you want. That's freaking unbelievable. You can choose any book you want in Dynasty. Jordan, I appreciate it. So thank you for answering that, and everybody else that answered it. So if you want to run the air raid, get the generic air raid playbook. It's the best one you can do for pure air raid. Colorado was my favorite book along with the generic air raid. Cool. USC is still my favorite air raid playbook. Veer and shoot is just as good in some formations. Okay. Concepts are the same. Spacing is huge for running. You can score tons with the fear. Nate, with the new update and the new run blocking, I may have to actually try it out. Cade, I try to preach the good word of the veer and shoot in my online dynasty, but still know, hey, you just need to be the believer, baby. Colorado State is good. Some formations, the edges come screaming, unblocked. Xander, is that veer and shoot or playbook or air raid? Jordan, the veer and shoot is just hard to run if you don't have any speed. Yes, I agree. Ed, the veer and shoot is, I would say, predominantly 11 personnel because you got to have that H-back. There is 4 5 wide receiver sets, but it started out with, and this is my theory, I don't know the true thing, but Art Briles came in running the veer. That's what he played in when he played in college. He went to Texas, built a powerhouse with allegedly, there's a lot of steroid abuse in his high school when he was working. That's just allegedly. Don't sue me, Art. He went to college under Mike Leach. I want to say he was either the running backs coach or the special teams. I want to say running back. And he learned some passing concepts. Then he went to Houston. Anyways, he brought the veer and shoot has the H-back, so they really are using the space to create running lanes. They want to run the ball. And with the H-back, you can do a lot of cool things. You can do, split divide, split slip. You can run power. You can run counter with that H-back. And then it also takes one less person away from the coverage structure. And then what he did was he combined it with the run and shoot choice concepts with the spacing. So with the veer and shoot, you were essentially getting one-on-one matchups with your wide receivers. And you're just saying, hey, my guy's better than your guy. That's really it. Other than generic, Colorado State is closest to pure. Since Matt Mummy is the OC, it's awesome. Good. I've been having fun running veer and shoot and running 5 wide with it. Got to have speed, though. Yeah, you do. I like the Miami playbook, and it's air raid, but not sure it's a good playbook. Does the camera still brick the wide splits? I don't know, Mike. That's a great question. Now, back to this. What I'm going to read, I'm going to read it from the right side to the left. So I'm going circle to R1 to triangle to X, and then 9 times out of 10, if you go circle to R1 to triangle and no one's there, just run the ball. So I'm dropping back. No, I pressed the wrong button. I'm fat. I should have pressed triangle. I meant to say fat fingers. I'm not fat. I'm husky. All right, and then you just smart write him down. Run him there. So I'm going circle, no, triangle, yes, get upfield. Just remember when you were running mesh to mesh the guys as in routes, smart routed all the way down. And just out route these. Once again, you see how it meshed? And this is the good thing too. If you remember, when I just let them mesh on their own, just kept the play stock as before, the linebackers didn't try to stop them. They just kept backing up. But if you run in routes, notice how you're putting this defender right now in a bind. What's he going to do? Well, he takes a moment to get this guy, which opens up, where's the grass at now? The grass is right here between these. And remember, you're going 1, 2, 3, right there. You've got the triangle read, like they said. If you're considering custom playbooks, you can make a spread veer hybrid that is so good. Robo, I'm going to be honest, I've never made a playbook. It just seems too time intensive to do it. I run Tennessee veer and shoot, and it's cracked. Even has some auto motions. Really? I didn't know that. Might have to check it out. All right, since we're here, what other air raid plays do you want me to cover? Since this is the first stream back in like a year. I appreciate y'all being here. If it sounds good, if this is what you enjoy, could you go ahead and give me a thumbs up so I know and I can continue to do this? San Jose State, is that what it is? Has a fantastic stock playbook blending veer and shoot and the air raid. I did not know that. Can you talk about mesh wheel post next? I'm terrible with the reads except on regular. Okay, Joe. So let's go to concept, medium pass. Let's go to mesh. Are you talking about like green gun 92 double wheel? Is that what you're talking about? Playbook builder is a mess. Hey, I tried it last year because people wanted me to make one. I was like, shoot, if the people want it, I'll do it because I love this community. I made 2 plays, and I was like, man, this is too time, and it's just too much time. I didn't feel like the time to value ratio was good enough. All right, coach, I'll go over to 95. Joe, are you talking about the double wheel? Yes, 92. Okay. All right, so this is, I would only call this twofold. First, how do we move the ball? I just want to respot the ball. I really like, someone help me out. As you can tell, I don't know how to spot. How do you spot this? I feel like a fucking old man. Anyways. All right. So on the double wheel, I would either call it when I know I'm getting man-to-man is the first thing, or in the red zone. And the reason why you want to call in the red zone is because you know it's going to get man-to-man. But once again, what I want to do is the first thing, I want to find my meshers, and I want to stem them down. Now, what I'm looking for is you've got to pick a running back you want to start out on. Because when I'm calling this play, I'm thinking, okay, either the running back's going to be open or the post. Excuse me. So I'm reading it based on that. Now, Joe, how do you normally do it? What I would do is I just read it from back to mesh to mesh. So for this instance right here, I'm canceling out the post just because there's that middle high safety. If he drops back, then maybe I'll keep an eye on that in case I want to come back to this. But normally I am going one of the wheels, mesh, mesh. So I will go triangle, X, square, and then just run. So triangle, X, square, and I get blown up. Or if I'm going, I can go R1, square, X. So R1. If you get, I don't know how to get a good pass lead, but if you can get that, let's go against man, because that's usually when I'll call it instead of zone. So let's go hole. Remember, go here, go here, go here, go here. All right, right there. So let's see, 90. So I'll do 95 next, then for verts. Welcome back. Hey, Jamie, thank you, man. I've been on the lookout for your vids and super excited to see you back. I appreciate it. Robo, I don't know why it disappears sometimes. Click in both sticks, I think. Okay. Thank you, Xander. I'm going to do that right now. Let's see if that works. Nope. Doesn't work. You have to pick a play from the play call screen and then pause the game to respot. Okay, I'll do that. Can you go over 95x divide, maybe outside the quick game scope, though? I'll do that. Let's see, Ed. Also, you had the link to download the top 5, but it never made it. What are those formations? Oh, Ed, email me at rsmckie@gmail, and I will send it to you. Sorry about that. Joe, in this example, I would read R1 to circle to square. Don't forget 617. Jordan, I will get to 617 right after that because you asked. All right, so for this, I know it's man because let's say, for instance, I'm on the goal line. They do it. I like the R1, his flat route over the wheel, the triangle. So I'm just going to go R1 square to X, R1 square to X, and then you just run it. If you want to try to throw that post, you're like, you know what? I think I can sneak it in there. You can try. So 1, 2, 3, bang it and lead it. I hate that. Man, I've had some seam throws where it hits my guy in the hands. He takes 3 steps. I think I'm going to score a touchdown, and then he just drops the ball. But if you are going to throw this post, I would make sure to try to time it up so that you're throwing it a little bit down. You're angling it away from them. So if I'm a throw and I have placement, I want to put it, 7 o'clock to try to get it. No. But that's how I would read it. So R1 to X to square. And then get what you can. That's how I would read it. Okay? I hadn't been stemmed down the mesh, but we'll now make them in routes. The in routes really work. In routes really kill man-to-man also. Ins and outs. So I would work on that. Let's go to 617, buddy. Just for Joey. And then I'm going to try to see if it works if I pick a play and then hit it. So where is, there we go, 617. Okay, so now 617 is this. I like it against cover 2. I'm going to pause. There we go. Respot. I'm going to put it on the, I like running it on the hash. And this is also an if then to stick. So let's say, for instance, I'm running stick over and over again, and my linebacker, so the guy that has the M and the person on the screen to the left of him, if I notice that they're flying out there to stop the stick and then to try to get the flat route, I am going to call 617, which is just a speed out and a vert. And then what I'm going to do with that is I'm reading the corner. Does he bail? Then I hit the speed out. Does he sit on the speed out? Then I'm going to hit the vert. If that linebacker that's over triangle goes with the out and the corner matches up with the vert, then you've got to do something backside. And you can do a lot of different things. When I coached, this is what we had on the backside. And then it just became a progression read. Let's say the left side of the screen, the speed out and the vert are dead right off. Then I would go X, circle, R1. So you're just moving your eyes from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. So the corner bites, I got to do a hole shot. And when I do the hole shot, I am going more at a 7 to 8. I don't know if y'all can see that. Is that any good right there? But that's how I'm throwing that hole shot. I want to get it away from the safety. So we got slant, slant, flat on the back side. And then I'm just running it. Right there. Throw a hole shot. You're going to get those animations. That's how it is. Let's try it again. Speed out, hole. And I don't know what it is, but every time I go into practice mode, my nose or my shade is unbelievable. Now, when I get online, I can't get any pressure. But in freaking practice mode, I've got a practice squad demon. And you just throw it right there in that little back shoulder throw. Now, let's say you go up against cover 3. You still do the same concept. 617, let's go cover 3 sky. Now there's one high. You kind of want to move the read. You can keep it the same, or if you know, okay, it's one high, more than likely that corner is going to take it. So I'm going to see if my speed out can beat that linebacker on leverage. Does he get it good enough? If he does, fantastic. Or, I mean, you can even turn him into a speed and maybe right there and see so that he gets that speed out. And then you just do the same thing backside. He's already outside leverage. 1, 2. Notice how I read backside easily. And all you want to do is you want to move your eyes to grass. So if it helps, speed out this guy. Because the speed outs are nasty in this game instead of just a regular old stock out. So he's already outside leverage. Outside leverage, I see that the moment I snap the ball. So this is dead. He's bailing. That's dead. Now my eyes need to go backside. And I'm looking at grass. So here's the first area of grass, right here. Got a defender. But notice, he matches up, which opens up what? This area of grass. Now let's say this guy matches up here. That's fine. Who's got this area of grass? This is how you stop looking at the man, look at the grass where the man is running. If you do that for whatever offense you are running, you don't have to run the air raid, but if you just stick with, hey, I'm looking at the grass, where are the people going? Right? So if we bring it all the way back pre-snap, look at the grass. Look at and have an idea of what the concept is. Okay, there's grass back here. That's nice. He has to miss this guy. So what's this guy going to do? If he automatically, nope, he's taking away that grass because he's bailing. Okay, well, where's the next area of grass? Next area is on here. Okay, well, after I've canceled out the vert, I'm looking at the next area of grass, which is just underneath the vert. There's color there. I'm not going to go there. Okay, let's look at the next area of grass. Well, here's this area of grass. I've got color on it. And my cat is going crazy. I don't know if y'all can hear him knocking him down. But there's color in this grass area. That's what that means. And please excuse me real quick. My cat is knocking on the door. Sorry about that. But again, you have to look at the grass. There's someone in this grass area. Okay, I'm not going to throw it. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Lord knows I've forced a lot of balls into spots they shouldn't be. But, all right, this grass area is dead. Well, where's the next grass? Here. Oh, there's not going to be anybody in that area. And if I was y'all, and you're sick of the overthrows and everything like that, I would do two things. I would either go revamp. I really liked revamp passing. The only reason why I didn't stick with revamp is because the seam throws, I couldn't quite get them as well as I wanted to. The next one is placement. If you can do placement, I would do that, because then you want to place the ball on the opposite shoulder, away from this defender. Right there. You see how I threw it away? That's the settle up and noose drill. If you don't know what the air raid settle up and noose is, let's I have a water bottle. So these are cones, right? And usually, if this is the, actually I'm going to use my mic. This is a cone, this is a cone. Players would settle up here, do a pass release that go about 25 to 50%, go all the way to this cone, and then open up. Now, you're the quarterback throwing to my hand. You want to throw to this side of me because the defender is here. So when I catch it, I'm turning away from the defender. If I threw it to this side right here, well, the defender's here. He can just knock my block off. But if I settle up in grass and throw it on this side, then I can get upfield. It's the same concept right here. If I threw it inside, closest to the defender, that's a drop ball, INT, concussion, CTE. All right, I'd be Antonio Brown. But I'm trying to throw it the back shoulder to give me that animation to immediately get up the field and get what you can. That's how you run 617. Jordan, I hope that helped. Cade, whoa. What's whoa, buddy? Engineer, revamped is great. I'm too old to learn. Pass. Yeah, I mashed the button too long. I did too, man. I've had some incredible throws. I don't know what it is, but I think maybe revamp, and this is just speculation on my part. I think revamp is unlocks like some kind of animations for the wide receivers. I've made some incredible throws that I shouldn't have. It was kind of like clench your butthole. I hope this works. And it actually worked. So try it out. Jake, what's up, buddy? All right, let's see. I saw 95. So Coach T. Will, I'll go over 95. So 95 is how I taught it in the real world. It's kind of an if-then for verts. Kind of. So where is Y-cross? It's just the flood concept. And my favorite way to run it is, I just want standard. All right, we'll go old school. 95. Let's go cover 3. I always do cover 3 first, just because. And how, this is a real review with the recent update. Ball's in the wrong spot as well. Yes, ball's in the wrong. Yeah, sorry. And the throws are like Montana balloons at darts. CB, I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry. But what you want to do, and I stole this concept from Tony Franklin. If y'all don't know Tony Franklin, he started out with Hal Mummy at Kentucky, and then they had some issues. I don't know the whole backstory, but he got blackballed, but he brought the air raid to the high school level and called it the Tony Franklin system. And how he taught to read Y cross is very simple. So simple when I heard it, I was like, holy crap. You read it left side, middle, right side. Okay? Now you can do a couple things with this triangle. You can either put them in an out route. I didn't mean to do that. And kind of stem him up if you can, or you can flat. I like the flat, or if you want to, you can freaking Texas route. Not Texas route him. You can, where is that at? Hold on. What's the concept where you can corner him if you want, and then maybe stem them down a little bit, but I would just go flat. But you're going to go left side, so high-low the left, square if I think I can get the vert, if not, triangle. If both of those are taken, then you read the middle of the field, where's the crosser. If those are taken, now you can do a couple of things. I've always liked an in route stemmed up. You can either do it here or a little bit higher. I like the stem. And then you go right side, which is the dig to the flat. So if we snap it, don't have it. I can kind of have it if I squeeze it in there, if I held it back. So I went left side, middle, right side. Instant replay. So if we look, snap the ball. I got color right here. Now, if I see this right away, and if I was quicker and had better reaction, I could just dump it off right there. That's fine, because again, if you dink and dunk enough times and get 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, and let's be honest, gentlemen, we don't punt the ball. This is a video game. So 3 times 4 is 12. If you get 3 yards every play, you're going to score eventually. You can do that. But I didn't like that. So now that's the left side. Dead. Let's go to the right side. Well, obviously, I've got color in this area. Color in this grass area. Color in this grass area. This is dead. So right away, within balls hiked, 1001, I know. Dead. I could have thrown that, but this guy is on the hash. He's running there. Dead. My eyes immediately go here. And we can high-low it. If I was smart, I would just drop it off. But I see this window right here. If I can get the cursor. Right here. Here's grass. Nobody's there. I'm going to try to fit it in there. And that was just a hell of a catch. If I didn't like that, then I would go to the flat. So let's try it again. 95 is God's play for me. The reach just click in my brain. Yeah, hey, sometimes, Joe, when I was coaching, I scrapped. My quarterback couldn't get 4 verts. So why would I keep running it over and over again when he understood Y cross, like really understood it? So that was now the new run play or pass play. CB, Joe Montana didn't have the rocket arm revamp. Yeah, the soft throws and lobs, man. Those things are freaking awesome. T-Will, simple, love it. I hope that helped. Jake, I feel like the table route is too fast for Y cross. I like the zig from the receiver or the out route from the back. That's a good switch up, man. That is. So let's go back to cover 3. You could do the out route right there. I just like the table on the backside. And then I like the stemmed up dig right there. So you still read it. Left side. Nope. Okay, I got it. If I can get a good animation, I can throw that. Let's do it at a 95. Let's do it at a 2x2 though. Do we have a simple 2x2, no motion, no nothing? Okay, we can do it at a early. And now early and late is just the air raids terminology. Early is trips to the right, late is trips to the left. I'm going to put them on the flat route. I like that. Now you can do a high-low here if you want. You can curl him on the backside if you want, or you can do a comeback on the backside. But the read is still the same. Let's just curl him up. And we can see. Left, no. Middle, no. Backside. And that was a horrible throw by Vince Young. Now, if you want to do it the other way, let's say for some instance, so originally the air raid Y cross was always left to right. I don't know if y'all know this, but the air raid, they had plays just going in one direction. So a little bit of lore. The if-then in the original air raid to 95, you see how everything's going this way, would be flood. And I'll do a makeshift one. Hold on. Like this. So this was the if-then. If you're flooding it to the left, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I want to be true to the air raid here. So I'm going to flip it, and then I'm just going to reset the play. So where's reset? There we go. So if you look at this, this is a weak side flood. I'm flooding it to the left. Well, if you've run Y cross enough times and they're starting to overplay that, then is when you would run Y flood. Like that. So now, when you snap the ball, if they rotate to the left, well, joke's on them, you're going to the right. And you got, if you make the throw right there, that was a bad throw, you got that opening right there. That's how you run Y cross. Joe, oh wow, coach, I love the backside deep hook, one of the few routes where the wide receiver at. Yes. So, Joe, that's what I would do. I do, if I'm running out of 3x1, I like either this right here or that. And the reason why is because you got, I'm just going to go, see how the R1, I threw it late. But you see how it was open? I moved my eyes from left to right. I'll show you again. Just move left to right. Left, no. Middle, no. You can get there faster. If I was playing a real game instead of talking, I would have hit that backside really fast. Joe, I like 95 from 2x2 sets. Can do so many things with that slot wide receiver. Yes. Okay. And I agree. If it's 2x2, I like to zig the slot. Let's just go, nah. Is there not like a true 2x2? I don't understand this. All right, let's just do this. I'll use the motion, but I like to zig. Put him on, and you do the same thing. Let's leave the stock curl, but you can have the curl. So you go motion them in, left, no, middle, no, and then just get it to the back. You got to be fast, and that's the thing. You just go through your progressions. The more you run this, the faster the progressions come. And that's the beautiful thing. The air raid believes in that quote, that Bruce Lee quote. I do not fear a man that practices 10,000 kicks one time. I fear the man that practices one kick 10,000 times. And that is where you keep going over and over and over again. The math is mathing, and I love that. When do you tag X divide on 95? I'm going to be honest. I don't tag anything on 95. The only things I would tag on 95, I'm just calling plays. So let's say that they have a safety. So what I have run up against, I don't know about y'all, but I run up against a lot of too highs, right? So let's just go Z-post at it early and just cover 2. I'm not going to play it, but let's say that they're playing that weak side safety, that safety that's on the same side as X, and they're dropping him in the box. on that side. Well, if they're dropping them in the box to maybe take away that cross, then I would post him and either vert him or curl him. And I'm thinking, okay, this is my shot. I'm going to throw the post. Let's say he's the opposite. I don't know why he's doing that. I didn't mean to do that. Let's say he's the opposite safety. So the guy, the deepest on the right side, over R1, and he's dropping them in the box to try to take anything away. Then I would post that guy. You kind of want to post your outside guys based on if they're playing the safety and they're bringing them in the box. That's how I would do it. And you can just see if it's right there, I'm going to get sacked. But that's when you start posting things up. That's the only tag that I do. I don't do X divide. I just feel like the table route messes up the spacing, at least on the side the Y cross is going to. I agree, Jake. I agree. Do you think the generic air raid is better than the Colorado State? The play names confuse me. Going to be honest, man. I'm not going to blow smoke up your butthole. I haven't seen the Colorado State one. If I'm going to run the air raid, though, just knowing from talking to people, this is as close to the air raid as possible. It is the air raid. They basically got Leach's playbook, gave him the same names, and scanned them and put them in there. So for verts, I can teach you how I taught it. So if we go 2x2, let's just go gun ace 6 right here. I told my guys, put the running back, you start your progression same side as the running back. On a couple of caveats. One, if it is one high, you want to go hash, hash, back. So right here, hash. That was an awful throw. I'm going left hash or right hash, left hash, running back. So right hash, left hash, running back. I just threw it. That's how you read it when it's one high. And then if you want a bailout, and when I coached, I called bailouts oh shits. I would either do the backside. So if I'm starting on the right side, I'm going hash, hash, comeback, or curl, stemmed up, if it's one high. All right. If it is too high, is there a book with all the formation names? No. Gee, okay, I'll tell you. Ace is 2x2. So let's go through this. This is great. All right. Green and blue, you won't see blue, but just know that blue has an L in it. So that's 2 back to the left. Green has an R in it. That's 2 backs to the right. So green and blue is 2 backs. Ace, this is ace. If you can't see it, but if you go back and watch some Mike Leach film and stuff like that, anytime you see a 1 pointed up, that's ace. That's 2x2. Now you have ace strong right here. I haven't coached in 3 years and all this is flooding back. I appreciate it, guys. So ace strong tells the running back, hey, you're on the strong side. You're with the Y. Weak, which would be like this, is hey, you're opposite the tight end. So just know that ace is 2x2. All right. They put all these in, but it's still 2x2. Ace flip is what they originally called 3x1 to the left in Mummy's terminology. So that's just 3x3. Early has an R, 3x1 to the right. They don't have late, but late has an L. It would be 3x1 to the left. Ace flip is what they originally called 3x1 to the left. That is what it is. But that was back in the Kentucky days and the Valdosta State days. Now they just call it late. Ninja is something he ran maybe once or twice. It was his gimmick formation. They have always put this in there. And then empty base. Those are the names right there. Where can I read what 6, 95, and what's that other one? A1, AL, that means. So 6 is just for verts. The reason why they call it 6 is because every time they called it, they wanted 6 points. That's where you got 6. 95, I don't know the history of that, but 95 is Y cross. So if we go through it, all right, Ohio didn't really do that much. You just need to know 617 is fade out. All right. Stick is 618. Slants, I don't know. They really didn't call it that much. But again, 618, stick. If you go to the mediums, shake, I don't know what that is. It's just 6. And what 6 did is they called 6, and then they allowed the quarterback to tag people based on what he saw. Mesh is 92. Divide, I don't know. That's just when they want a shot. Pivot, 94 is flood. So 94 and 95, remember 95 is Y cross. So 94 is flood. So all you need to know is is Y cross. So Y cross 95 matches up with 94. That's what it is. Okay? Shallow cross is 91, and then they would tag people. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they named their wide receivers. If we're starting from the left side, so in this picture, square, triangle, X, and 0, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you go back and watch it, this is the shallow. So this would be 1 shallow, 2 shallow. So if you called 1 shallow, if we're looking at 91 gun ace, if I called ace 91 and I have a 1 right here, then the square would run the drag, meaning the triangle would run the fade, X would run the drag, and the outside would run whatever. 2, like this, let me get my mic out of the way. Like this, well, that would say, okay, triangle now is running the drag. So then X would run the dig, and the outsides would run whatever. 3 would be X. X is running the drag, and then opposite him would be triangle, would run the dig. Outside people would run whatever it's called. And then if I wanted the outside guy, it would be 4, and that would be circle. Well, who's opposite? First person opposite, that would be the triangle. He runs the drag. So that's how they would do all that. If you Google win with the pass, you can download a PDF with the full air raid offense. Heck yeah, Jake, man. Jake, be honest, how many playbooks do you have? I know you have probably a Google Drive or a hard drive full of them. I know I do. Love this, bro. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Gee. Glad you like it. All right. Then mesh pairs up with shallow cross. So if I'm running mesh over and over again, and I'm hitting them in the middle, what's the defense going to do? They're going to start bringing and colliding and taking away that mesh. Well, then once they start doing that, if they take away mesh, then you want to run shallow cross. Why is that? Because now you have a shallow, and then if they think that's mesh, they're going to jump it, and you have a dig right over top of it. So that is all the if and thens and everything like that. Jake, no problem. I did it right after I started watching Coach Mackey because I got interested in the air raid. Heck yes, man. Mike, can you explain what a tag is or what tagging is? Yeah, Mike. So what a tag is you are just going to tag a receiver to run a different route than what they standardly are. So let's take 91, right? And we're running sky. So 91 is shallow cross. This is shallow cross right here. Let's say, for instance, and let's go back to the too high, because you can kind of start tagging based on too high because they start doing things. So if they're in a cover 2 or a cover 4 or anything like that, and we have this play on, let's say that safety, the guy on top of the one that has the flame icon, is starting to come into the box a little bit. Now, normally this is standard shallow cross. You got both guys running verts because we want to make it look like it's 4 verts and threaten to blow the top off. Then we're doing stuff in the middle, okay? But let's say we do that over and over again, and that safety that's over the triangle goes, hey, they're really not throwing that vertical. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to start getting in the box. I'm going to start taking away that dig right there. So when I run a dig, I'm going to take that away. Well, if you see that, then you want to tag a wide receiver, meaning, okay, I'm thinking if that safety takes this dig, then I'm going to run a post over him. So right when he takes that dig, where does he open up the grass? Right behind him, and I'm going to throw it. Let's say opposite side, the safety over the X. Let's say that safety is starting to creep into the box to take away the dig because he doesn't like it. Well, if that safety creeps into the box, then I'm going to run a post behind him because he's given up that grass or that space. So tagging means, hey, There's areas of the field that is not being guarded. Let me get a route concept in that area so that I can punish them. And that is what tagging is. Great question, Mike. Great question. Did I answer everybody's questions, though? Honestly. I appreciate y'all being here, by the way. This is fun. But this is the air raid. And what you need to know about the air raid is it's not, I'm going to catch it, I'm going to run, or I'm going to call for verts, I'm going to hike the ball, and I'm just YOLOing it and hoping that it ags up. Don't do that. The air raid is actually throwing quick, short routes to very fast receivers in space, making one person miss, and then scoring. And then keep throwing it over and over and over again. Eventually, they will get up, and that's when you hit them deep. But that's all for today, guys. I was just testing this out. Like I said, I got a new computer. All the settings were messed up. I will be live tomorrow because Madden's going to be out. Maybe we can play some games of cut. I can show you how I'm running the 5 wide. I do not run the ball if I can help it. And yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. And until next time, gentlemen, keep slinging it, keep bringing it, and keep freaking winning more games.